So just come to the easy seat. How's everyone feeling today? Melinda, how are you after your trip?
I'm good. I'm out of shape, but I'm good.
You're probably not out of shape. Any sore spots or anything that we need to be aware of? Good use of your blocks there. If this is uncomfortable for you, go ahead and spread your legs wider. You just need to be in a comfortable seat so that you can sit up tall. We'll move our meat off of our sit bones so that we're sitting squarely on our tailbone or our sit bones. If you feel comfortable in lotus, go ahead and go there. I'm not, just binding on my knee. We want to sit up tall. We're going to put our hands palms up on our knees and just stretch our fingers back and relax. We'll bring our shoulders up to our ears and roll them down our backs. Thinking about getting taller from our crown of our head, lengthening our spine. Gonna roll our shoulder blades back so we're smiling our collarbones apart. Make sure we're sitting tall. We're gonna go ahead and close our eyes if you're comfortable. We're gonna focus on our breath right now and how our body feels. And try to get centered right here on your mat. There's gonna be other noises and distractions as we go through our practice today, but try to always come back to your mat and check in with yourself. So on an inhale, we're gonna take a nice deep breath, and I'm gonna count to 5 and try to slow your inhale down to stretch it out the full length. Okay, let's inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it for just a second, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that length of our breath right there is what we want to keep throughout our holds today. When I say it's going to be a 3-breath hold, we want to think about how long we're breathing. Let's do it again. This time, really focus on your belly and expanding, letting your abdomen completely fill with air. Don't breathe from your chest, but your stomach. So we're going to inhale big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it full just for a second. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thing I want to teach you is how to breathe. We're going to take a big inhale, and if you want to open your mouths or open your eyes quickly, I'm going to show you a trick to exhaling through your throat chakra. When we inhale through our nose, if we exhale like we're saying, making that noise with our throat, but we want to do it through our nose. So it's a big, deep exhale. So we want to picture like we're making that sound with our mouth open, but with our mouth closed, so it comes out our nose. And it's almost a throaty, nasally exhale, but you should be able to hear yourself. So let's inhale, and a deep exhale. Almost like you're saying that, but your mouth is closed. Okay. Let's take our right hand. We're going to place it under our right sit bone. We're going to loosen up our necks a little bit here. Go ahead and roll your shoulder blades back and down away from your ears. We're going to take your left ear to left shoulder. You should have a good stretch in your trapezius muscle. And this shouldn't hurt. If you have neck issues, don't make it hurt. Back out if you need to. And on an exhale, roll your chin down through the midline, over to the right, and then back down. So left ear ends back on left shoulder, and gently release your hand, roll your wrists out. We're going to do the same with the left. So left hand under left sit bone. Inhale up tall, exhale. right ear to right shoulder. Feeling that good stretch in your trapezius. On the exhale, roll your chin forward and down. Left ear to left shoulder. And then slowly back to right ear to right shoulder. And then you can release that hand. Some of you have straps. Going to go from easy seated position to feet straight out. If you need the strap, if you don't have the flexibility, you're going to wrap the strap around the balls of your feet. But we want to sit up tall, so we need to make sure that our meat is off our sit bones here again. Bringing your toes back. Feet should be about 2 fists width apart, so aligned with your hips. We're going to sit up nice and tall, stretching from the crown of your head again. And with your straps, make sure your arms stay straight. So you can walk your hands down, but we want to keep straight spine on this to begin with, and straight arms. So if you don't have the flexibility and you have to round, go ahead and work yourself back on the strap a little bit. So on an inhale, we're going to fold from the hips, keeping that straight spine. Offering the chest forward. We don't want to round our backs at this time. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Just got to warm those hamstrings up. Relax your neck. Keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. Relax your face. And on the exhale, go ahead and let your back round and work your hands forward. If you don't have the flexibility to come all the way to your feet, stay on the strap, but just let your back soften and your head and neck relax. Look between your knees. If you can reach your feet, this pressure point right here is kidney 1. You can give yourself a little massage there. And on an inhale, slowly roll back up 1 vertebrae at a time until you're back to nice straight spine. We're going to take our right foot inside to the left thigh. If your knee can't go down, it's okay to use the block. You can use your strap again if you need to. But with the single leg, sit up tall, keeping the spine straight. We're going to extend the heart forward and hinge from the hips. And on an inhale, go ahead and round your back, soften your front rib cage. And nose to your knee. On an inhale, slowly roll back up to sitting. Going to take our right foot, cross it over the left leg. Now there's a couple variations here, but we want to keep our spine nice and tall. You can hug that leg. We're going to do a little spinal twist. You can come across with your elbow out. You can bend your elbow or just stay hugging. But your right hand is going to come directly behind you to help lengthen that spine, lifting our chest. We're going to turn towards the right. You want to stretch out those obliques because we're going to be working them hard today. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, go ahead and unwind. We're gonna take our leg, shake it out. Loosen that hip up. Then we can replace it with the left leg. Sole of the foot to inner thigh. If you need your strap, go ahead and use it. We're gonna be pulling our toes back. Activating all of our muscles in our right leg. And with a tall spine, reaching for that foot. If you don't have this flexibility, that's fine. Use your strap so that you can keep that long length in your spine. We're hinging from the hips here. You should feel a little hamstring stretch. Remember that nice long breath. And on an exhale, we're going to soften our backs and our front ribs and round down, looking at our knees. If you want to, you can massage that right foot. On an inhale, slowly roll up. The sitting left leg is going to cross over right leg for a little spinal twist. Our left hand is going to go back behind us. Remember, you can hug or cross. It's up to you. But make sure that your left hand is firmly grounded and you're lifting that chest as you twist. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, slowly unwind. You can grab that leg and shake it out. Okay, if you want to come to tabletop or come to all fours, you want hands directly below the shoulders. We're going to spread our fingers nice and wide. We want those yogi hands so that our weight is pressing on all four corners. And on an inhale, we're going to shift our weight forward to stretch our wrists. And exhale, back to neutral. We're going to turn our hands so our fingertips are facing our knees. This is accessible to you. If not, that's okay. What you can do instead is fold your hands down to tops of hands and then just go really lightly on yourself. And this is totally your practice, so you need to find where your body is okay. We do need to warm those wrists up, but we don't want any injuries here. If you're good with this, you can shift your weight back. Doing good little forearm stretch. And exhale up. Come to neutral. Again, spreading those fingers. Getting your good gecko grip. Knees should be hip width apart. And we're going to go into cat-cow, and we're going to go 5 times with your own breath. So on an exhale, we want to round our back up and flex our core. On an inhale, we're going to fill our belly and let it drop down, head up, tailbone up. Remember grounding through those hands that are directly below the shoulders. You can move on your own breath. We're gonna go 5 times. Inhaling all that air into your belly, letting it stretch down, tailbone up, head up. Exhale, blowing all the air back out, tightening the abs, rounding the back. Once you've finished your 5, you can wait in neutral position. On an inhale, we're going into bird dog here, which is the first of our real core activation. So we're going to lift left arm up and right leg up. So we're doing opposing arms and legs. We're going to go straight out in front of us. Keep your stair spot on the ground to help you with balance. If you lift your head, it's going to put your neck out of position, keeping our spine long. On an exhale, we're going to bring our knees and our elbows together. On an exhale, back out. And then we're going to curl our toes up so they're facing or pointing towards the sky. And then exhale back down. Everybody okay with that? On an inhale, lifting left leg up, right arm up. Wow, that's hard to say. Grounding down through our hand to keep our balance. And we're going to bring elbow to knee. And extend, and then point toes to the ceiling, bending that leg, and exhale back down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, knee to elbow, tightening that core. Back out, lifting that toe to the ceiling. Tightening your glutes and your lumbar, and exhale back down. Once more on the right. Arms out, left leg out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Extend. Curl that toe up. Tightening the abs and the glutes. Exhale back down. Now, the next thing we're going to do is hover our knees. So we're actually going to tuck our toes. If this gets to be too much on anyone's wrists, just back out and go to child's pose. Okay? This is one of our core strengthening exercises we're going to work on today. We're going to inhale up and just hover. If you're okay with this and this doesn't hurt arms or legs, we're going to just stay here for 3 breaths. If you need to come down and then come back up, that's okay to rejoin. If you need to go to child's pose, that's fine too. Focus on your breath and that strong core. And exhale, setting your knees back down. Going to do this one more time and then we're going to go up into down dog. So we're gonna hover the knees up. We want our shoulders externally rotated, keeping that core tight. It's okay if you're shaking a little. On an inhale, we're gonna push up to down dog. And this is our first down dog of the day. So be gentle with yourselves. Walk one knee up and then the other. Until you're ready to press your heels down, lifting the hips. Flat back, relax your head and neck. We'll be here for 3 breaths. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our knees back down, hands under shoulders, tops of the feet down. Just rest in neutral spine for a moment. And then we're going to re-enter down dog. We're going to go to a single leg dog, so if this is too much, you can stay in down dog or you can drop back down to tabletop. This is our neutral position. If you want to, you can go back down to child's pose. So on an inhale, go ahead and walk your fingers a few inches out, tucking the toes, lifting up to down dog for one full breath. And then we're going to lift our right leg up. Exhale it down, knee to right elbow, then knee to left elbow, and back up, and back to down dog, pressing back for one breath. And left leg up, bringing it forward, left knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow, and back up. Back to down dog for one breath. Dropping down to tabletop for neutral position for one breath. How's everyone doing? Chris, okay? Okay, tucking toes, we're going to go up to down dog and then into warrior one. So inhale up, back to down dog. Looking forward through your hands, going to sweep our right leg forward. If you need to walk it up so that your knee is directly above your ankle, we don't want it shifting forward. We're going to rotate our back foot out to 45-degree angle. So it's looking, our toes are pointing towards the outside of our mat. Take a breath here. Inhale. Inhale up. Keeping that knee bent. Rising up into warrior one. On an exhale, going to open our hips towards the side of our mat, reaching through our fingertips into warrior two. We want to sink down into nice strong thighs here, keeping the knee directly over the ankle, not over the toes. And just breathe for 3 breaths. And you can straighten here, readjust and grab your block if you need to. I'm going to go into triangle pose. So you can shorten your stance here, which is going to make it more intense on your hamstring, or widen it, which gives you more room in your hamstrings. Our blocks can be used this way, this way, this way. If you have the flexibility in your hamstrings and don't need it at all, you can go flat palm on the ground or on your own leg. But whatever position you use on your hand, your palm should be down solid so you have a good foundation. So hind foot, we're grounding down through the back edge of our foot. Front leg is straight. Exhale, come down to your block so you have solid contact. And our hips and our shoulders are going to open. Inhale, arm up. Opening that chest. Opening your shoulders and your hips. Grounding down through your toes. Looking up at the ceiling if it doesn't hurt your back. Exhale, bring your arm back down. Grab your block. Rotate toes so they're parallel, facing the edge of your mat. And the block goes down. And we're you're going to stay here in forward fold, so I want you to relax your head and neck and just hang. If you need your block for balance, go ahead and use it. If you want to hug opposing elbows, feel free to do that. Let your head and neck just hang for 3 breaths. On an exhale, bending the knees down, rolling up. Roll shoulders back and over the ears. Okay, roll them at the time. We're going to point our toes towards the corners of our mat, keeping our feet spread wide, balancing on all 4 corners of our feet, spreading those yoga toes nice and wide. We're going to do 10 sumo squats here. So if this is too much for you, back out. If you need to just lessen the amount that you're squatting, that's fine too. Keep length in your spine. We don't want to round down through our squats. We want to keep nice tall bodies. And on an inhale, exhale, we're going to lower down and up. And down. Up. If your knees are going over your toes, go ahead and spread your stance wider. And as you go down, make sure your weight is in your heels and in your glutes. You want to push back through your hind end like you're sitting down in a chair. Widening your stance just a little bit to keep your knees from going over your toes. There you go. Does that feel okay? Once you've reached your 10, you can come to a neutral standing position. Rotate feet back forward. We're going to do the same, but to the left side. So we're going to press our weight to the outside of our right foot, pointing our left toes forward, bending that front knee. If you need to walk your foot a little farther back to keep your knee right above your ankle. You don't want it to cross over your toes. We're going to sink into that front leg. Shifting our hips forward. Toes facing the left. You want your hips facing forward. Do this for warrior 1. Inhale, arms up. Sinking down into those nice strong legs. Your back foot should be at a 45 angle. Gripping them out with your toes, grounding down. Feel the length in your stomach, your back. You reach through those fingertips. If you want to, you can throw a little extra back bend in. And on an exhale, we're going to open our hips, dropping hands down into warrior 2, looking over our left fingertips, sinking into our front thighs. It's okay if you're a little shaky, we're building muscle. Focus on your breath. And on the exhale, go ahead and straighten that front leg, bringing arms down, rolling shoulders. We're going to grab our blocks and go into triangle pose or trikonasana. I have a little less flexibility in my left hamstring, so I use the block in a different position, and that's okay. We're going, because our left foot is pointing forward, we're going to set our block in front of the left foot, next to the instep. So point your toe towards me. Hip all the way towards me, like you're pointing out towards the front of the mat. Calm down our block. On an inhale, front leg should be straight here. Need to have a little bend in it, that's okay. Inhale, arms up, opening that chest, opening the hips, looking at the ceiling. Exhale, arm down, bend that front leg, grab your block. You can walk your feet back together and set your block down for now. Okay, we've got one more series of abs. We're going to have, instead of warrior one, this series has a high lunge, and the difference between the two, they both have the front leg pointing forward and bent. We just did warrior one where our weight is centered on the outside and our foot is turned to a 45. This high lunge, our feet are facing in the same direction and our hips are facing in the same direction. And if you wobble or lose your balance a little bit, that's okay. But a trick to it is widening out your stance a little. So putting your feet on the opposite sides of your mat if you lose your balance, okay? So we're going to come to the front of your mats. Going to inhale up. Exhale down, pushing out. Coming down into forward fold. Relaxing, letting your head and neck hang. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, hinging at the hips, lengthening the spine. Inhale, exhale back down to forward fold. Take one full breath here. And then bend your knees. We're going to plant our hands down by our feet and we're going to step our right foot back into down dog. Settle in for one deep breath. Looking forward, we're going to sweep our right foot forward first in between our hands. But if it helps, you can lift your right hand up to your fingertips and that allows more room to sweep that right leg forward. So right leg's forward, keeping the back foot facing forward. It's okay if the heel comes off the ground because we're going into high lunge. Take one deep breath here with hands still on the ground. Now, if this is too much, you can drop the knee down and go into low lunge and then come up to hands on knees. If high lunge is okay for you, on an inhale, going to come up, raising the hands overhead, getting a little back bend here. We're going to hold for 3 breaths. On an exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg, plant the back foot, and we're going into runner's stretch. If you need your blocks on the sides of your feet here, this would be a modification here. You can do it from low lunge, but we want to straighten that front leg. So from low lunge, it looks like this. From high lunge, it's here. We want to lift our front toes so that it's balancing on our heels. Nice hamstring stretch here. On an exhale, place that foot back down, bending the knee. You need to step the back foot forward a little, that's okay. Coming back into lunge position. Hands together at the heart, we're moving into warrior 3. Shifting the weight forward. We want to really spread our toes here, balancing on our front right foot. Stepping off into warrior 3. Hands at the heart, find your stair spot on the ground. If you need to go to the bar, if you don't have the flexibility or the balance here, you can come to the bar, and this is the same. One more full breath in warrior three. Exhale, bringing that foot back down. Balancing into Tadasana. Inhale up. We doing okay, guys? Exhale down, pushing out. Forward fold. Rounding the spine, relaxing the head and neck. If you want to, you can hug opposing elbows here. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, extending through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale down to forward fold. Bending the knees, going to put palms flat on the ground, going to step the right leg back into high lunge or low lunge, your choice. If you want to go into low lunge, gently drop your knee down. If you want to stay in high lunge, that's fine. Inhale here. Exhale. Coming up. Slowly. Inhale, arms up. 3 breaths. Grounding down to those feet, spreading those yogi toes, gripping the mat, keeping that balance. On an exhale, arms come down. If you need to use the blocks for the runner stretch, I'm going to straighten that front leg, lifting the toe, dropping your back heel down, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Again, if you're in low lunge, it looks like this. Straightening that front leg. None of this should hurt. If you're feeling pain, back out of it. You should have a good hamstring stretch, but it shouldn't be painful. On an exhale, rolling forward, bending that front leg, up on the toes of the lunge again. Coming up, hands together at the heart, shifting our weight forward, balancing on that front foot, gripping with our toes. Going to bring the right leg up into warrior three. Eyes are focusing on the ground at your stair spot. Hands together at the heart. Inhale up, exhale. Bring the back toes back down and come up back to Tadasana. How are we doing, guys? Did that feel better? Inhale up. Exhale, pushing the walls away, back down into forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, extending the flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Exhale, bend the knees, palms flat to the ground. We're going to step back into down dog for 3 breaths. come down gently to the knees. Tops of feet down. Going to sit back in Virasana or Hero's Pose for just a moment. If you guys are comfortable here. I'm going to explain Camel is next. And this is an ab working exercise. It starts with legs up. In the modified version, we're just going to put hands to our low back and look up, lifting our chin at whatever capacity you've got that. Okay? The full Camel version, our hands are going to go down to our heels, full back bend, and we'll hold for 3 breaths. Okay, if you're not comfortable with that, it's kind of tricky to come back out of, and that's okay. If you're more comfortable with just hands on the back and full back bend, I suggest you do that. Camel's kind of one more of the challenging poses. It takes some work to get to. So knees are about hip width apart. Tops of the feet are down. If you're comfortable, bring the right hand back, and you're going to put them on your ilium crest, so right on your hip bones, and support your low back here. So your palms are facing this way on your low back. And you're just going to lift your chin slowly and gently, and lean back into it until you're no longer. Don't go uncomfortable. If you want to try full Camel, heels, chin extended, chest is open for 3 breaths. On an exhale, gently release one arm and then the other, come back up. And then we're going to go down onto all fours and walk your hands out into child's pose. So we just extended our front abdomen. Now we're going to go into flexion mode. And just relax. If it's most comfortable, you can put a block under your head. If your arms are more comfortable down by your side, you could do that. Just rest here for 5 breaths. Inhale, gently walking back up to Virasana. We're going to put our hands down to the side, kick our feet out gently, slowly come around. So we're in seated position, bent knees, tall spine. We're going to go into boat pose. And there's 3 different variations on this. You can keep toes touching the ground and hands behind the thighs. You can come up to bent legs or all the way extended into boat pose. Okay? So on an inhale, sitting tall, legs bent, hands are at the back of the thighs. We don't want to rock all the way down. We need to engage our core. So tighten your bellies in. Inhale up, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, grounding through our seat bones. Gently lift up. If you need to stay here with toes down, that's okay. And on an inhale, if you're ready, if you want to try, come on up to full boat pose. For 3 breaths. Gently bring them down. Feet flat on the ground. Rolling shoulders up and down the spine. We're going to do it one more time. So pick your poison. On an inhale, sitting up tall. Bring toes to the mat. Get ready. And come to a 90 or full extension. Exhale, come on down. We're going to bring our soles of our feet together for butterfly. Nice tall spine. Get your meat off your sit bones so you're sitting right down, grounding through your root chakra. Lifting the toes up, pushing the knees down and away from the ears for 3 breaths. Roll your shoulders up and away from your ears. We're going to roll them back and then forward. This time we're going to keeping our soles together, but walking your feet out away from your body this time. Extending through the body, lengthening to the crown of the head, opening your heart. Going to come forward. Nice deep inhale, opening those hips. On an exhale, letting your back round and bring your forehead down into your soles of your feet if you're able. Soften your rib cage, relax your head and neck, soft spine. Go back to easy seat. Comfortable seated position. And if yours is a little wet, it's because I dumped my water bottle over, so don't worry about that. So once in easy seat, and take our tennis ball in our right hand. We're going to go right below the right ear. Sitting up tall, closing our eyes, and just right behind the earlobe, in that nice little hollow spot, we're going to give ourselves a little massage. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to close our practice today with a little massage instead of shavasana. I want you to quiet your thoughts. Listen to your body. When you're ready, move the tennis ball down that ropey light cord, your sternocleidomastoid, and just roll your tennis ball up and down from your collarbone up to the base of your head. Inhaling nice and deep. You guys worked hard today. Treat your bodies well. When you're ready, bring your tennis ball to the top of your collarbone and just roll it up and down. Use whatever hand's comfortable. under your clavicle or your collarbone. Working it back and forth. If you want to spend more time on your shoulder or your chest, feel free to do that. If you're ready, you can take your tennis ball up to the right side at the base of your skull and work it on the ropey muscles of your neck. Whenever you're ready, you can switch to the left side. Moving your tennis ball to the base of your ear, the little hollow spot there. Just do little circles. Whatever feels right. When you're ready, you can roll it down your sternocleidomastoid muscle. Up and down or back and forth, whatever feels good to you. Ready, you can on top of your clavicle, in the hollow spot. And up on your trapezius. Put your right ear to your right shoulder. It stretches that muscle while you're working it. If that feels right, you can try that. When you're ready, you can bring it down the front of your shoulder and across the bottom side of your clavicle. Working your pectoral muscles. Where did you sit? Where did you lose it?
I lost both eyeballs.
When you're ready, you can go to the back of your neck. When you're ready, you can just place your balls back down. Sitting up tall with a nice deep inhale. Exhaling, hands together at the heart. Just quiet your mind for a moment and just think about what a blessing it is to have a body that can come here and move and stretch and bend. Let yourself be filled with gratitude for the things that you're able to do. Tucking your chin, looking down into the heart light in yourself. Namaste. that's how you do it if you're my daughter. Yeah! Maybe not two at a time. Thank you. Melinda, did you meet my daughter?
Yeah, I understand.